Take 8. Hello to all ye loyal, disloyal, and first-time viewers. This is Mr. Gentle Zombie. And today we are going to be doing some pretty neat stuff. But you probably have some questions, such as, why am I here? What is this place? What is in the chest? Where did I get this beautiful chicken that I'm holding? And that other question that why haven't I uploaded in so long? And that are all questions that will require me to use my latest talent. The fact that I can tell stories. Today is a good day to tell a story. So, the story begins in July, early July, about after the legendary episode 2 came out. And I recorded what would have been episode 3. And it was really boring. I built a wall, a stone brick wall, for my farm base thingamajigger. And then it was so boring that I didn't want to edit it. That's a boring episode taken to a whole new level. So I said, okay, well, I don't want to edit it, but I want to play Minecraft. So I recorded another episode where I built a nice little starter base where I could store my stuff and enchant and craft and stuff. Pretty small, just in case I hide on top of a mountain. And I liked it, but I didn't want to edit it until I edited episode 3 where I built the wall first. And then I still didn't want to edit episode 3, so I wanted to play Minecraft though, but I didn't want to backlog like 3 episodes, or 2 I guess. So I decided, you know what, screw it, I'm done. And it kind of just ended with a whimper, right there. Until about late July, where I said, screw it, you know, I've got a really cool idea for my base, which I will reveal in time. And I said, I want to build it. So I went to the Mesa biome and started gathering like 8 double chests worth of red sand with only iron shovels. It was very, very exciting. I obviously didn't want to record that though. So but I've decided though that I don't want to record in general, so that I just play. And I deleted episode 3 where I built the wall and what would have been, and episode 4 where I built the acacia hut. And then I decided, you know what, gathering all this red sand is really tedious. I want to show this off. So guess what I did? I want to show off the build, not like all the red sand, though it was pretty impressive. So I said, let's record. So I started recording again. And that was, keep in mind, late July. And I started recording, and I recorded the first few minutes of this episode, building what will begin to be the castle. And then I decided, you know what? Building this castle is actually somewhat boring. Because I guess the big thing is, like, you design it, and then it's so repetitive eventually because it's so big. So I got bored and I decided, you know what, I'm done. Kind of just ended with a whimper right there. Now I'm like, you know what, screw it. I want to get back into doing Minecraft and recording and get hyped about this. Now hopefully for real, here in late August, I'm going to finish off this episode where we build. And yeah, But you're wondering, of course, what are exactly we building, because I haven't gone over that yet, which I will now. We're going to be building a castle out of primarily red sandstone, though we will use the variants of it to mix it up, including, which are the chiseled red sandstone and the smooth red sandstone. Then, for detailing, we are going to add spruce fences, brown stained clay, yellow stained clay, and orange stained clay. And orange stained clay is very similar in color to the sandstone, so yeah, that should be interesting. And that is pretty much all I want to tell you. So let's hop back onto Xilon Kingdom and see what I did back in late July, and then see what I have been doing. Look at this. Here we go. It's the first block will be placed. Oh wow. Already started off. Half of my first 2 blocks are placed incorrectly. Let's do this now. And we're gonna go until we have, let's see here. Yeah, we're just gonna go until we have 3 blocks left in that little selection there. It's gonna be 61 blocks long. It's gonna be pretty neat. Let's do this. With that, the inner walls are marked off. It's so big. This is going to be an epic project. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be epic. And we still have some more marking to do. We're going to be planning out now our towers, which will go in the front and the back corner there, but it will not. We won't have a tower there because of reasons that will be revealed in time. Towers are in, sort of. I mean, they're not like built, but yeah, this is where nice little towers are gonna go. But I mean, it just never does cease to amaze just how big this thing is going to be. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, everybody. I think we have finished with our planning. I'm gonna try to explain everything. So, this is going to be our entrance. It's going to be an archway. This is going to be kind of like the main building area here, as well as here. This marks the taller part. So this part will actually extend above the castle wall, whereas this will just go to the same height as the castle wall, and it'll be kind of like a big balcony. I'm not sure what I'll do with it. Inside here, we're going to have some villager houses as well. This area marks one wall and another wall of our storage area. And this storage area is actually going to match the archway. It's going to be in like an arch sort of shape, and it'll match the archway at the entrance. I didn't mark this, and then you can see the towers. And I didn't mark this, but there's going to be like some stables over here. Well, that was surprisingly tedious, but as you can see, we finally have our finished spiders. Okay, cheetah, congratulations, you made a bridge. That's gonna be how high the wall is at the very least. Like the wall will go something like that, kind of. Or not, how am I saying finished spiders? Like, I'm totally mucking up my words. Yeah, so that's the framework for one. We're going to do the next. And then once we've done all that, we can actually start doing the towers, which it's going to be a long process. It really is, but I think it'll be very, very much worthwhile in the end, because this place is going to be amazing. Guys, I am by no means finished with the tower. I just built one wall, and it's solid sandstone, nothing too pretty, but it is going to be a good look at the palette. We're going to obviously, as I said before, detail this later, like literally detail this in a minute, but some chicken, and here we go. Oh yeah, no fall damage in Xbox, it would have been like nearly fatal. Boom! Oh boy, I'm loving this already. It doesn't even have any detail, but can you just imagine this? This is going to be amazing. And it's going to be a whole lot easier to detail when it's just, you know, detailing this wall rather than just building it up and detailing as I go. Now I can just kind of do what I want. Now I can maybe get some more water in this area. Go back when I have some more stuff. Well, we've definitely managed to do a significant bit. I mean, I like what I got there. And there's going to be even more decorating afterwards. I'm thinking I might... I don't know. But, so some major things that I want to do at some point, I don't want to do it now because it'll get rid of the water, but I want to have kind of like sand. I'm going to terraform the sand, obviously. I'm maybe even going to make it kind of go higher. So it kind of like almost looks like it's kind of piled up around this edge here, and it'll... You know, so that's why this red sand, the smooth red sandstone, doesn't go all the way down. And I am thinking this tower is going to go higher as well. There's going to be like, I don't know, there's going to be kind of something on top of that. Haven't looked at this either, but boom! Look at it. Bang, look at that. We did 1/2 of a tower. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how I want to do those inside bits because there's just less space, so it's going to be a little bit more. Because keep in mind, this part here where this dirt is going to be a wall. I'm going to build a wall. So, very anticlimactic, guys, but this tower is done, sort of. I'm going to keep the water, and I'm going to keep all this dirt, because why not? I mean, all this inside won't be seen. And as you can see, these walls here are only partially complete because, yeah, these sides of the tower, I guess. It's not even, this isn't even a wall, this is a tower, you know. It's so huge, but this wall to the tower has this wall going into it, so yeah. And I'm thinking I'm actually going to design like more towers on top of them so that the towers are taller than the walls. But they'll won't be like higher than 10 blocks. As you can see, I did make a little rim around that edge. So now I have to copy that onto this one. And if you notice, these towers do not go up as high. That's just a mistake, or it's just me changing my mind. I'm like, you know what, it should probably be bigger. You know what, guys, forget all these progress updates. I don't want to make a super long video. So I'm just going to show you once all these towers are done. Guess I'd like to show you guys this process here as we finished this tower, or no, we finished this tower, and we're almost done with this tower as well. One thing you might notice right away, I've randomly inserted some of the other variants of the stones, just because I think that'll add some texture and stuff. Should make it look a bit more interesting. And I also did add that into this one, and that one I built using it. So anyway, let's just start placing in some of this smooth red sandstone here. It's really random and we've got to be quick because I have no desire to do a ton of walking. So let's just fill this in. All the glories of having water there. We're just gonna sleep here because don't know if I could make it all the way before mobs would start showing up. Okay. So now if I die, we're basically like all my items are gone. So that'll be fun. But boom, there it is. That's the finished as you can see here, finished first tower looks, or finished third tower, it looks spectacular. And I'll show you from the front. I'll kind of talk a little bit more about my plans for this front part. And actually, I guess I keep forgetting about this, but anyway. So I figured the wall is probably going to go all the way up to this height. Just kind of realized that. So I figured then we want our towers, as they are towers, to go higher than the wall. So our towers, I am actually going to build a small thing on top of the towers. And it'll be kind of like an archer tower almost, like kind of a turret sort of thing. And I'll just be like a little, and keep in mind the walls are going to be like 5 blocks wide, as you can see there. So you will just walk, like you can walk on top of the walls. That's going to be kind of the main pathway about around the whole castle. So I'm thinking we'll just kind of have a, I'm thinking we might actually build those once we finish the wall. And then the walkway, because they'll kind of be part of the walkway almost. And we're not going to have a tower on that side because, if you haven't noticed, this is going to be like kind of our main building right here. Inside of the wall, so I'm not going to put anything there. And this side will just go up to the height of the wall. This part right here. Be a nice big box, but then this part is going to go up higher, and then that part's going to go really high because that's going to be like the bedroom headquarters sort of spire. And then this right here is going to be the storage room. I think I've gotten a bit redundant with that. So I suppose at this point I'm going to do some editing, see how much of a video I've got myself, and then I'll see if I can continue with making this wall, or if I'll end the episode. Well, after my editing revealed that this episode was 8 minutes and 20-some seconds so far, decided it was probably a good time to call it quits. So I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and very much for waiting several months for this episode. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye.